Thank you for joining us. This is Teresa Gregory. I'm a diamond with Jeunesse Global, and we are very honored and privileged today to have Dr. Giampapa on the call with us. And you can go to his bio on the website, but he is board certified, a plastic reconstructive surgeon, and an assistant clinical professor of plastic and reconstructive surgery at the University of Medicine and Dentistry of New Jersey. His bio is just tremendous. So he's internationally recognized as an innovator in new cosmetic and surgical techniques and instrumentation. He's a pioneer in the field of anti-aging. He has received his medical degree from Mount Sinai Medical School in New York, and he has he's published several academic journals in plastic surgery, the Journal of Plastic Reconstructive Surgery, the Journal of Reconstructive Microsurgery, the Journal of Anti-Aging Medicine. Now, he's also a founding member of the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. Dr. Giampapa serves as the first president of the American Board of the Anti-Aging Medicine, of Anti-Aging Medicine. He's also one of the first board-certified anti-aging physicians in the world, and he is with us here at Jeunesse Global. So he's the author of many books, the only medical textbook on anti-aging medicine and age management for aesthetic surgeons. He's also authored 5 consumer titles on the topics of breaking the aging code, that's a basic health publications in the anti-aging solution, 5 simple steps to looking and feeling young, and numerous others. He's also a consultant for NASA, and he's been awarded over a dozen patents from the United States government for unique cell culture delivery techniques, as well as new drug delivery systems, surgical instrument designs. Now, he's also been featured on just numerous national magazines, national radio and television talk shows, including CNN, WABC TV, Fox News, Geraldo, Joan Rivers, Phil Donahue, Anderson Cooper, and many of you have probably had the opportunity to see him. If not, I do a research on it. He's been recently featured on the Discovery Channel on the Stem Cell Universe with Steve Hawkins. That was a tremendous eye-opener, and he was one of 4 very famous doctors that were featured on the show, and has recently just been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for 2014. So we're so honored and privileged to have you on the call, Dr. Giampapa, and I don't want to take up any more time. Your bio speaks for itself, but thank you for joining us. And specifically today, we'd just like you to talk to us about the AM/PM, the power of the AM/PM, and maybe just some of the insight that you have in the world of stem cell technology and DNA repair.
Sure, my pleasure, Teresa. So, the AM/PM product that Jeunesse has been using for a couple of years now is such a unique formula and approach to cellular aging. And frankly, it's really the first product that goes, if you will, way beyond what vitamins and minerals do. And what it really is all about is the product has been designed to actually enhance the functional quality of not only the body cells, but the stem cells in our bodies that are really responsible for replacing worn out and damaged body cells. So the secret to aging and the research today and the focus of today's research in general throughout the world is how do we keep our stem cells healthy? By doing that, that really allows the body to repair and restore the damage that occurs in the normal aging process. So this product is unique in that its real focus is to restore both body cell and particularly stem cell function, so those cells can act as the reservoir of, if you will, regeneration for the body as we age. The product is unique in that, aside from having some vitamins and minerals, the real focus in the research when I designed this product was to look at what natural occurring compounds called phytoceuticals or phytochemicals impact the genes inside the cells that are actually involved with keeping that cell functioning more optimally. And so the research behind the ingredients had to do with looking at what we now know as epigenetics, or how can we actually turn on and off to a degree certain genes that are involved in aging at the cellular level. So although the product is a supplement, it is one of the most advanced, if not the most advanced, combinations of natural occurring ingredients that actually alter the genetic software in cells to help them stay functional and healthy longer, which again focuses on both the stem cells and body cells. And that's where my research in general has been, is how do we keep our stem cells healthier longer, or actually make them work like younger cells. And that will be another topic down the line, because the AMPM product is really something that reaches the masses with this new science of epigenetics, or keeping cells healthier longer. The other component of the AMPM products is a system that's built into the products themselves that help regulate what we call the body's natural bioclock, or biorhythms. And as we know, more recently we've become aware of the fact that the body's repair mechanisms really go into high gear in the evening. And as we age, that normal biological clock is altered. In other words, instead of being awake and ready to face the day in the morning, where most of us are tired in the morning, and instead of being ready to go to sleep in the evening, we're unable to sleep or get a good night's sleep. So the ingredients in the AMPM formulas have been designed to induce and help maintain sleep, which is where, when we go into deep REM, and deep sleep which is when the body really does a majority of its cellular repair. And at the same time, we've tried to actually included ingredients that will help people not only get a good night's sleep, but wake up and feel not tired, but actually more full of energy, more ready to face the day. So by regulating both the repair and the sleep and awake cycles, we actually help regulate the body's hormonal release patterns. And that, again, is another thing we lose as we age. So instead of having the release of growth hormone in the evening and DHEA in the morning and thyroid hormone in the morning, these normal hormonal release patterns get upset also with the aging process. So built into those 2 tablets in the morning or 2 tablets in the evening are a number of different systems that help alter genes, that help regulate the body's biological clocks or repair systems. And the net effect is interesting. This product actually is an extremely experiential product, and unlike normal vitamins and minerals where you take because you know they're supposed to be good for you, the AMPM product has been so successful because people feel a tremendous difference within a very short period of time. Usually within the week, they're sleeping better, their memory's better, their energy level is better. And one of the amazing things is people tend to handle stress better. And we've just finished a very recent marketing research project where we looked at 119 people, had them fill out a subjective questionnaire. And the vast majority, 75 to 80% of people, had a dramatic improvement in sleep within a week. Their energy patterns were better throughout the day. Their memory was better. Their stress, or the perceived amount of stress in their life was dramatically less. And they all seemed to improve their body composition in the 80 percentile range. So that subjective data was then correlated to one of the key things that we know leads to accelerating aging, which is damage to your DNA. So when we looked at the same group of people who actually took this subjective questionnaire and who felt the difference, we were able to see anywhere from a 67 to 86% drop in damage to their DNA in just 4 weeks. So what that is telling us is that we're starting to see a direct correlation to keeping your cells healthy with feeling better. So in summary, the product itself has been basically this product is the next evolution beyond vitamins and minerals. And you know, we all knew from even the early 1920s the body needed these essential amino acids, or amines, so we call them vital amines, which is the whole basic core of where we got the word vitamin. We knew the body needed that for the cells to just function and to stay at their minimal best. What we now know that is our body needs even more than just vitamins. It needs key compounds to help keep the genetic software regulated optimally for optimal repair and optimal aging. So in the AMPM product we have, as I tell everyone when we have our lectures, you have something that is way beyond what vitamins and minerals do. You have a product that is extremely experiential, which has people stay on this product rather than get bored with it or feel they are not really obtaining a big difference in the quality of their lives. And more importantly, I think everybody who's selling this product isn't just a distributor, but really is a source of new information to the people who buy this product about where aging is going, what you can do to age proactively, and really improve the quality of people's lives. So to sell something to make money is one thing, but to really sell something to improve somebody's quality of life, I think really takes this to another level, and I have to applaud Jeunesse for really getting this product and information out to the general public on a global basis.
Absolutely. We have just had wonderful experience with the product in the field, and I know that it's really light years ahead of anything that's out there. You know, one of the things I wanted to ask you, and it's something that I experienced, and you gave me an answer, and I wanted you to share that with our listeners. I slept very well on the product, but then on the AM product, I was noticing I was crashing during the day, which I had not done before, and you told me to start out with 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. the first week, and that other people could experience that because they're detoxing. And
Exactly.
So I've just been telling everybody that, just to do that, just in case. And then the other question I have, and I'll turn it back to you, Dr. G, is some people have commented on a dream state, or even, you know, have you found that the product affects their dream state, or any situations like that?
Sure. So let's address that second part first. So in the PM product, there's 1 milligram of melatonin. Now, melatonin certainly can impact your dream state. Usually people dream more. But let me make a comment. Melatonin's included not to really help you sleep, but it's one of its major impacts is that. Melatonin is a neurohormone. Okay, so it is not just an ingredient. It really is a hormone. And in other countries, it's considered a hormone and a medical prescription is necessary for it. We're lucky in most countries it's not. Melatonin is also one of the most important, if you will, protectants for your DNA, and it's the only neurohormone that has a receptor on the DNA itself. So there's a lot of reasons for that, but melatonin mainly will impact the dream state, usually making it more, if you will, intense. But there's other things in the products, in the PM product, for instance, arginine, ornithine, lysine, certain amino acids that will induce the release of, for instance, growth hormone and other neuropeptides that also put you into deep sleep and then also will impact the dream state. So there's a number of things that help that. Now, the deeper you go into sleep, that is in deep sleep, you're in theta and delta, well, that's when your body regulates its hormonal process, and actually that's when cell repair occurs. So yes, people will have a change in their dream state, usually much more intense, but that's a good sign, and that's a sign that you're in the right state for actually repairing yourself. Now, getting back to the first part of your question, you asked me about, what the detoxification question regarding, if some people may start, if they take 2 tablets at once, they might feel a little groggy for a number of days, or they might feel foggy mentally. That's a sign that the product is working to very, very directly impact what we call our detoxification system. And basically what it does is upregulate the liver function. So the liver is now pulling out from the fatty tissues, the soft tissues, the things that we collect in the 21st century, artificial preservatives, other compounds that get stored in the fat and actually can create what we call a detoxification reaction. So when that happens, what we do is we tell everybody to cut that back to 1 tablet, and sometimes we even tell them for the first 3 or 4 days, take 1 tablet every other day, then go to 1 tablet every day, and then start to up your dosage. And that'll depend on each individual is a little different, and depend upon their state of health and the amount of artificial compounds or toxins they've had stored in their body. And that's one of the new things I think we'll be talking about is how to personalize the use of this product, because there are people who are 98 pounds to take this, and there are people 250 pounds to take this. And there are ways that we can easily recommend additional, or if you will, personalized doses of this. I mean, frankly, I take 1 a.m. at lunchtime as well. I take 2 in the morning and 1 at lunchtime. And that really keeps me kind of energetically stable throughout the day and mentally focused throughout the day, because I have a lot of stuff coming at me. And I found a lot of people do that as well. So this is one of those things where you can experiment, or you can recommend to the patients who are using the product that if they need a little more energy, maybe midday, then they can take 1 extra AM. And when you're flying, probably the best thing to do is to take these PMs. If you're going to be flying to Europe or a time change, take at least 2 PMs before you go to sleep on the plane. You find your jet lag is dramatically reduced, if not even present.
Yeah, I do take the PM for that, and it really does help. I want to go back to the dream state, Dr. G, because
Sure.
boy, I've had some wild dreams, and I know some other people have too. But somebody had asked a question about actually, and maybe you can just direct us on this. They said they have actually had some nightmares that they hadn't had before. Can you address that for us?
Yeah, well, usually your state of mind prior to going to sleep will usually dictate the type of dream you have. So, I mean, if you're going to be watching The Twilight Zone or the zombies before you go to sleep, your mind will usually end up recycling negative things or scary things like that. And nightmares are usually a reflection of your immediately prior or an hour or two prior to sleep mental activity. So we tell everybody also, I mean, the idea here is prior to going to sleep is to try to do something where both your mind is relaxed and you're not really looking at stressful or crazy things that filling your mind software with those images, because in sleep you'll tend to have to work those issues out, or you'll rerun those issues. So I really think that if it's a nightmare situation, it has to do with your state of mind prior to going to sleep.
Maybe what we're listening to or reading or hearing just during the day. So, yeah. Could you address for us, I know you were just recently featured on the Discovery Channel, maybe a little bit about the future of what you see with stem cells, and specifically the part that you were featured on the show about the stem cells, replicating or duplicating like a photocopy.
Yeah, so the research we've been doing at Rutgers the last 2 years has to do with a new technology that basically is targeted at addressing the global aging dilemma, and that is the fact that virtually every industrialized country is seeing a tremendous increase in the elder population, and they're obviously all of us are starting to experience the diseases of getting older. Arthritis, elevated cholesterol, other problems that are a dramatic drain on each culture's and company's healthcare system. So the question here is, how do we address those problems with a medical system that doesn't address the origin of these disease processes, but just the symptoms of these things? So the origin of all these disease process things has to do with what happens at the cell level, the stem cell level. So in general, the research that we've been doing is based on the same science that the AMPM products have, and that is epigenetics. That is learning how to turn off the bad genes in old cells and actually reactivate these the genes that are responsible for a more healthy young function in the cells. And we've done that not only in the lab, we've now done that in animals, and we're just very, very close to actually using this technology in human clinical trials in the next few months. But the interesting part is that the whole science is based on the exact science that we have in the AMPM formula, and that is learning how to turn on and off these different genes. And what we now know is you can do it with the AMPM products, but when you add a healthy lifestyle, that is, you're exercising, you're also eating more efficiently, you're eating less carbohydrates, less sugar, and a host of other pieces of information we'll soon be able to give to everyone. What we'll find out is that everything works better. And the secret to the AMPM product working optimally is to incorporate a healthy lifestyle with it as well.
I know that Dr. Giampapa, I'm going to encourage everyone to watch the meetings around the country, and soon that you will probably be at some of these North American events, and we're real excited to have you there. I've had the opportunity to see you speak in some of the foreign countries, and I must say it's really amazing the information that you have and what is unfolding in the way of the science of youthful aging and how the message fits right along with our Jeunesse story. So we see so much happening in the future. And, when we talk about, we're living longer. Since we're living longer, we want to look better. We want to feel better. Boy, what a market that we have. And we are the company that is blazing the trail. And like you say, we're really an ambassador of a message right now, unlike any other company.
Yeah, see, I think the most important thing is, and I know there are doctors on this call too, so this isn't about just selling another vitamin mineral. This is about selling a product to people that does change their lives, that they experience. But you're also becoming, if you will, like as I like to use the term, an ambassador to health and an ambassador to this whole new level of information that's truly based in science, and it's not just another little cliche line about living better or healthier. What Jeunesse is doing is really focusing on cutting-edge science based on the origin of the aging process and the origin of both youth and health, and that's the stem cell.
I know we do have a few doctors on the line. This just isn't a doctors only call, so there's many distributors on here. But I have had the opportunity to, when you've been overseas, that we gather, several hundred doctors at a time who are definitely interested in the stem cell technology and what's happening with your AM and PM product and just the science of youthful aging. So maybe one of the next calls we will have is gathering a call for the medical profession. We don't want people to think they have to be doctors to sell this product, and but we do know there's a large amount of medical people who are interested in what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and open the lines, guys, because if there are any specific questions for Dr. Giampapa, I'm going to open up the lines now. Okay. Debbie, go ahead, Debbie.
Hi, Dr. Giampapa. Thank you so much. I love AM/PM. My question to you is, what is the minimum age you would recommend a young adult to start taking it?
So that's a great question because, my children who started taking this when they were around 18 years old. So when I would ideally tell people, if your kids are 17, 18 years old, they can start taking this. And you might say, well, people at that age are in great health and they don't really need an AM/PM. But frankly, the earlier you start taking, the more you maintain your cell's health. So I would say the earliest 17, 18-year-olds will be perfectly fine to take this, and most likely they're going to need just 1 AM, 1 PM. A lot of young kids have problems sleeping and found that even people and teenagers benefit tremendously from the PM product, and throughout the day seem to be more energetic as well without having to take their sugar drinks. So that's my comment on that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a question that just came in to me through a text here. Are there any ingredients in the AM and PM that can affect negatively people with high blood pressure?
On the contrary, there's none that we know that will affect people with high blood pressure, none in any significant degree. And most people who take this find their blood pressure actually drops a little. And that has to do with the impact of some of those ingredients actually help release nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator and actually lowers your blood pressure.
Hi, Teresa. It's Greg from the UK. I was wondering, what if we're taking other supplements? How would that interfere, or should we not take other supplements?
Okay, so this is a great question because there's been a lot of research in the last 2 years about taking too many antioxidants, and one of the things that our research has shown and other people's research has shown is that if you take too many antioxidants, you turn off one of the body's internal systems called the NF2 KEAP path. We recommend to our patients not to have to take another multivitamin mineral tablet because of the fact that virtually everything you need is there, aside from things like calcium or fish oil. Those are the additional things you can take, but frankly, you really don't need another vitamin mineral compound on top of the AM/PM product. And one of the reasons is the new research has shown that if you take too many antioxidants, particularly antioxidants, you turn off the body's own natural antioxidant production, which is the NRF KEAP pathway, which is a pathway inside the cell that makes superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione peroxidase, which are your body's first line of defense against free radicals. So if you're taking too many of those, too many antioxidants, you actually can inhibit and actually decrease the effectiveness of your supplements.
Mm-hmm. So you feel that all our products, though, synergistically work together with the AM and PM that we have right now?
That's been the whole system has been designed that as you add, for instance, your AM and PM product, your reserve product, your the telomere product, all of these things are pieces to the puzzle that create a complete anti-aging program.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for being on the call today. There may be more questions, and maybe we can, in the future, send those questions in ahead of time for Dr. Giampapa. And Dr. G, thank you so much for joining us on the call. And again, watch for him. We're going to try to, he's going to try to attend some of our seminars in the North American market. We're really honored and blessed to have you being a part of our team. And I want to thank everyone for joining us and have just a wonderful weekend. And thanks again, Dr. Giampapa. Do you have any closing comments on anything?
No, I just say that, not only do you have the science that you need to stay healthy inside, but more importantly, we didn't get a chance to talk about what most people want to hear is how do they stay youthful on the outside. And the same science and the same meticulous care has gone into all the topical skincare products that have been designed by Dr. Newman and myself. And the point of the matter here is that when you use the systems and the products together, the products for your skin on the outside and the oral supplements, you end up together getting even a better result on your skin and your body in general. So it's not just the oral products, but it's the whole system that's been designed to work together to help you feel young and be more productive, but actually look better as well.
Okay. All right. We can cover that on another call. And again, thank you everyone for joining us. Have a great weekend. And Dr. Giampapa, we will be in touch to feature you on other calls.
My
Thanks
pleasure.
for joining us, everyone. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.